So we are staying at my parents' for the next couple days because they are going to stay with their grandparents while I go see Becky and Bethany tomorrow. And Peter, what movie are we about to watch?
The new Mary Poppins.
The new Mary Poppins. It will be great. Oh, thank you, remote baby. And they just had some time. Yeah, the kitty cat. They had some time in the pool. And then some peanut butter and jelly. It's a good night. Arthur loves the kitty cats.
From time to time, and with the wind blowing from its present quarter, it would be quite impossible she should fetch the entrance of the It was now nearly the hour.
I am en route to see Becky and Bethany. I woke up at 4 a.m. and then I don't know if any of you remember the Disney World commercial where the kids go, "I'm too excited to sleep." That was how I felt. So I didn't get back to sleep, but that means I got out the door on time. I've stopped for an iced coffee because I am sleepy and it is so gloomy and rainy today, but perfect for hanging out with Bookish friends because we love some weather. And I've been listening to Dracula and I'm there for it now. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just gonna keep driving, drink my iced coffee, and listen to Dracula, and I should be there in like an hour, so the drive's going by really quickly.
It's a special day at the library today. They're having like additional hours, and they are doing snow cones, aren't they? Mm-hmm. You already had a hot dog, and they have a band playing music, and now they have snow cones. It's a very, very summery thing to do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We both got strawberry, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I totally forgot to film hanging out with Becky and Bethany. I was really bummed I didn't vlog it, but we just talked the whole time, so there wasn't really time. So now we're headed home. We are back home now, and it was a nice few days being at my parents'. So it was like a Sunday to Wednesday. It's Wednesday now, and just really nice to be there, to have a bigger place for the boys to run around and have obviously grandparents there to entertain them. And they loved the pool, and there's a park that is close by, so really nice to be there. And then obviously really nice to see Becky and Bethany, even though it went by way too fast. I could not believe how quickly the day went by with them, and they were very generous with some gifts, so I wanted to show those. The first is this lovely tote that Bethany got me that says "Live life in full bloom," and she knows how much I love flowers. And I really love how sturdy these handles are. They're held in by brackets. And so I think the handles are going to last a long time onto the bag. And then it has this great like paperback size pocket in there. And I think for traveling for a book, until I have a book bow, which I want to get a book bow, but I keep putting it off, that will be a great pocket. Maybe not fit a huge hardcover, or I couldn't button in a huge hardcover, but it could just be kind of slipped in there. Would be wonderful. And then she got me this really pretty floral notebook, which I had been actually meaning to get a new notebook soon. I've been running out of space in my last one, and I love that it's spiral bound and really easy to keep held open. So that's great. Becky was very generous, and when she was my roommate in college, she had made me a rice bag, and I loved it, used it every winter. And then apparently she told me you can also use them, like you can put them in the freezer. Anyhow, and finally I burned a hole in it in the microwave last year. And she made me a new rice pack. and I just love the pattern on it, and she put cinnamon in it. So this will be so nice, especially for winter time. But now I know apparently for like sore muscles, you can use it, put it in the freezer. Very excited about that. And then she's just so good at finding these amazing Phyllis Whitney covers. So she found me Thunder Heights. This totally to me looks like it could be a Jane Eyre cover. And then the Turquoise Mask, which this cover, it's just phenomenal. And then she got me The Storm Sister, the third in the Seven Sisters series by Lucinda Riley. I'm very much excited about this whole series, and I really do want to read The Storm Sister. I need to get to it. So then what I've been reading while I was at my parents', I actually did get a fair amount read. I am obsessed with Dracula now. I am absolutely loving it. I think I only have about 100 pages left, but my audiobook expires tomorrow. So I went ahead when I was at the library today and checked out this like Oxford cloth-bound one, or penguin cloth-bound, that's what it is. Anyhow, check this out so I won't just be kind of left hanging in case I don't finish it before it expires. And of course, I have this for like 3 weeks. I can't wait to keep reading. I know some people think Mina is like a boring character. I don't think she's boring. I love her so much. I love Van Helsing. I can't believe how much I have really relished this book. And I already know like it's going to be 5 stars unless something really, really ruins it at the end. I'm very excited. Then I need to catch up. I'm reading with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads, When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. We were supposed to start on Monday, but we haven't really been messaging, so I'm guessing we're both behind. And I only read like the first 4 pages as I was falling asleep in bed on Monday night. And then I have, how much do I have left? I only have about 100 pages left of The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. It's been really fun, but I've been doing a lot of fun 3-star summer reads, and I'm ready to, you know, move on with what I've been doing, and kind of have some variety in there. And then starting today, I'm very much looking forward to, this cover is not my favorite, but The Morning Gift by Eva Ibbotson. I think the reason it's not my favorite is I have seen the like ones you can get on the book depository, and there are these beautiful watercolor paintings, and so this just looks pretty cheesy, but she writes really well-written historical romances, and I'm reading this with Carolyn and Ange from Beyond the Pages, Carolyn from Carolyn's Reading Rambles. Very much looking forward to it. I've wanted to try some Eva Ibbotson, and Lucy from Lucy the Reader really likes her. Miranda from Miranda's Notebook on Instagram really likes her, and it just sounds great. So yes, that's my reading. I'm putting up my final part of my June reading vlog. It should be up today, and have had several good energy days in a row, so I'm hoping between the exercise and the new medication I tried that it will be good.
I'm just looking like a hot mess, but finally I do have a fatigue day, but I have 3 really good energy days, so I'm not really complaining, and it's nice that we're back home. I'm just going to do a ton of laundry today, as much as I can summon up energy to do, and then we're leaving tomorrow to go see friends in New York. So I'm going to just count my losses, unfortunately, with The Morning Gift by Eva Ibbotson. I was really excited about trying her out, and I'm extra bummed because it was a buddy read with Angie and Carolyn. But you know, sometimes you can just tell when a book doesn't have the X factor. And this was, I'm 110 pages in, and I'm still feeling not all that enthralled by the story. In addition to feeling like the characters are really distant, and something about the writing style, it's just not pulling me in, and it's not making me feel like I'm in tune with the story. It's really hard to like say exactly what it is, but you know, sometimes a book just doesn't have the X factor. I love the notion of the plot, and I'm really sad. I thought I was just going to like this is going to be a new favorite author. But you know, it's okay because I have so many other books that I want to read. It's kind of like when you go to, you're on like a clothing shopping trip and clothing pieces keep getting eliminated because they don't fit right, but then you're kind of happy because you're going to spend less money. So yes, just gonna call it a day with this and work on other books. It is what it is, but I don't want to be too sad about it. I just want to read books that I absolutely love and am really sad to put down. Good morning. It is Friday morning. Oh, and I love right there, you can see the spot where the boys made a hole in the wall. Anyhow, good morning. I think today's going to be a good energy day, so I will just love it if the pattern that I have is not like 3 or 4 fatigue days in a row, but like one here or there. I can totally be content with that, live with that. Yeah, so we'll see. But I did get all the laundry done yesterday that I was hoping to get done, so it wasn't a total loss of a day. And I did finish some Dracula, but I was fairly tired out, so I didn't finish it all the way, unfortunately. I have 40 pages left, so I'm glad I picked up this physical copy at the library. We're leaving for New York today, so I don't think I'm gonna finish this today, unfortunately. I mean, maybe I could take it with me in the car, but it's such a bulky book. It seems kind of silly to take it since I only have 40 pages left. But I did also finish The Flat Share. This was a really fun contemporary romance. The virtue signaling in this did really annoy me. It was just a little excessive. It's like, we get it. You, like, your characters are like morally upstanding. Message received. So it was a little excessive, but other than that, I did really enjoy this. It was just very cleverly told, that, you know, them kind of really getting to know each other through Post-it notes that they leave for one another. So that was definitely fun. But I've been doing maybe more, like I rarely read a contemporary romance, and I've been doing so many this summer. And so I think it's just going to get 3 stars because I've been reading so many. Yeah. And it was a little bit more steamy than is like to my particular taste. So this morning I have been listening to The Last Chronicle of Barset, and now I have 4 hours left, which I think is roughly 100 pages. I might actually bring that with me on the trip. I'm not sure what I'm going to bring with me though, because like I said, I don't know how much time we'll actually spend reading. We made it and we saw friends, and now Dave is out grocery shopping and the boys are in bed. So it's like such a cozy end to the day. It was so nice to see friends, and we're really excited to spend the weekend with them. And the Airbnb is so nice. You never know, when you're going to do these things, but the master bedroom, I just love how much lighting there is. We changed Arthur here, so there's his outfit and his cup. But yeah, just so much nice lighting and good blinds to cover up so we won't have any light pollution coming in from the outside. And really just so much beautiful furniture. Hello. Yeah, so much beautiful furniture. I'm just like dreaming about the future, just having a place like this. And I love these details here. Really nice, big open room, dining room table, and then this awesome huge rug, really comfy seating, Wi-Fi necessary. Then I love like little details like this, the hamper for blankets. Yeah, just very cozy. And then TV in there. Oh, another thing that's nice is, I keep wanting to call this a clothes horse. I can't remember what it's called, but I love that to put your suitcase on. So nice. Oh, and then this cool little 3-legged table. I love it. And then I'll show you the kitchen because I really like the kitchen. I'm going to washer and dryer if we were to rack up some laundry, but it's just really nice and clean. And, all the amenities, coffee maker,
a toaster oven, which I don't know the last time I've ever used a toaster oven. But then nice little stovetop tea kettle, which I can't find tea, so I don't think there's tea. So maybe we'll have to pick up some tea. And then I'll show you that room. Oh, I love all these little prints there. And then the bathroom. So the bathroom isn't all that spectacular. I'm whispering because the boys' room is right there. So. Arthur. It's Monday morning and we are back. We had such a lovely time with friends and it was just really nice to see them. And I didn't really vlog. I still feel like I don't want to like bother people by asking if, you know, I can put them on a vlog. And I feel like people might feel like they have to say yes to be polite. So I just didn't want to do that. But we had a great time. And what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So I've been organizing my reading for the week. And as in any week, I'm feeling very ambitious, but also feeling like I can get a lot more reading done this week as long as I have good energy days. But last week, you know, I was at my parents and then we did our trip. And so a lot of my mind was on the packing and logistics, all of that good stuff. So I wasn't quite as focused. But the morning's project will be, because it is Movie Monday, to finish the Last Chronicle of Barset and to finish Dracula. This is an incredibly realistic goal because I only have 30 pages left of the Last Chronicle of Barset and 30 pages left of Dracula. I'm going to do the audiobook of Last Chronicle of Barset, and the timing is good for Movie Monday because I have like 4 hours left until my audiobook expires. So I'm down to the wire, but I have a physical copy if for some reason something happened that I couldn't get to it. Yes. Say hi. Say hi. Look at all that mess you made behind you. Is that so funny? Yeah, so he's very happy to be home. He had fun on the trip, but he's enjoying playing with all his toys. I was successful in my reading endeavors this morning, and I don't think I've shown this before. I've made a Google Doc of all of the Victorian novels I've read, because I just want to keep track. I think it's fun. So I just put my 63rd and 64th Victorian novels in: Dracula and The Last Chronicle of Barset by Anthony Trollope. I'm really happy that I ended up finishing the 2 Victorian novels that I was hoping to finish, especially because today has ended up being a fatigue day. Not a terrible one, but just not obviously up to full energy. I ended up giving The Last Chronicle of Barset 4 stars. I really do like Anthony Trollope's writing. He is quite long-winded, and his novels are very much domestic novels, and the main crux of this plot is that there is a curate who is accused of using a stolen check, and this book is 865 pages, and it's not resolved until the end, and it just to me seems like that could be wrapped up a lot more quickly and we could move on to other things. And the chapters are very like interspersed between different characters. So I would have been fine with just having like all of his chapters and getting that done because it's Anthony Trollope. It's going to have a simple resolution. And there were like 2 storylines I just wasn't as interested in, which happens to me sometimes with George Eliot and sometimes with Dickens. And so I wasn't as interested in those plot lines. But that being said, the storylines I was interested in, I really enjoyed, and it was neat to see everything wrapped up. So yeah, I'm definitely glad that I read this. I'm not sure when I'll be craving kind of moving on and reading the Pallisers series. I might want to do some more standalone ones from him first, just because I feel like this was such a commitment. But like I said, still got 4 stars. I'm really pleased that I read it, and he does have some wonderful female characters, even though I was really surprised and disappointed about one plot line that he has in here. I think maybe once I process it more, I won't be quite as disappointed. And then finished Dracula. I gave this 5 stars. I really did not foresee me enjoying this so much because it is so plot-based. I still loved it. Like, the characters in it I did sympathize with, and I know some people think Mina Harker is a little dull and one-dimensional. Something about her, I loved her. I was rooting for her. I thought she did have she was very intelligent and logical and good at like mapping things out. I know like people gripe about this book being sexist, but for some reason it just didn't. The like gender roles in this, the exaggerated gender roles, really just doesn't bother me. So I really enjoyed this. If you want a really gripping gothic feeling Victorian novel, I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people think of reading in the autumn, and I could have, but I was just too impatient, and it ended up being really fun for summertime. And when I was driving to see Becky and Bethany, there was a thunderstorm, like really cloudy, really strong rain, and it was really fun to listen to the audiobook while driving through that. So that was really a great experience. I picked up an extra book, even though I have so many goals now, but you'll see why I felt like I could. A while back, when Becky sent me some book meal, she sent me this Flowers in the Rain and Other Stories by Rosamund Pilcher. It's been a long time since I've read a Rosamund Pilcher. I'm bummed that all of her big books I finished, and so I haven't felt as motivated to pick up the short ones, even though I will definitely enjoy them. They just won't be quite as fulfilling as the big ones. But I thought, you know what? Why don't I just I want something to cheer me up today because I'm really not feeling well. And I read the first story, and you know what? It was really predictable, but I don't care. I just love Rosamund Pilcher. The little domestic details, the endearing characters, and the first one was called The Doll's House. I'm going to keep going with this and just pick up a story when I feel like it. So, picking up an extra book. Then, starting a buddy read with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads. We got mixed up about when we were supposed to read it, and also I don't know what I was thinking trying to read it last week. Like, I was just so busy. So this week is the week of When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit, and it's by Judith Kerr. Then starting a buddy read with Kate from the novel Nomad, and that is Beauty and Thorns. This is a pre-Raphaelite Sleeping Beauty retelling. So we're going to try to read it over the course of 2 weeks. So I have 4 chapters to read today. Also need to work on The Widow Barnaby by Frances Traub because book club meets on Sunday. And then Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. I've been missing doing fairy tale retellings, specifically Cinderella. So this is told from a stepsister's perspective. We'll see how it is. Today, I decided I want to like tea year round, like hot tea, but now it's July, which is high summer. I'm not craving it as much. I have mixed, it's orange seltzer water, mandarin orange seltzer water, and pineapple juice. I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to get to reading now. Oh, that's so good. I am headed in to an appointment, waiting for the train, but I just wanted to share that I am very enthusiastic about all 3 books I'm very much focusing on this week. I do need to finish also The Widow Barnaby, and I'm enjoying that also. But these are the new ones I introduced. And so Stepsister, Beauty and Thorns, and When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit, I'm reading with Rainey, and we both talked about it's so cozy, even though I know it's a really sad and desolate time for the world, being World War II. It's the family unit and their bond that makes it cozy. just kind of how they're all sticking together. So, but she's in Switzerland, so it's not quite as bleak as maybe if it was set in Berlin. Stepsister is like a Cinderella retelling, but focused on one of the stepsisters. Isabel is her name in this, and it's so dark, and I really like it. It just feels very fairy tale-ish, like, you know, like Grimm's fairy tales or Hans Christian Andersen. Those, they do not feel like Disney. So this definitely feels like that. And then this was just super easy to jump into. So I'm just gonna hunker down with my reading. I'm early for my train, and then just focus while I'm on the train. I'm very excited about all of my reading.
So baby, won't you do right? I'll wait for you. You need my arms around you to hold you tight. Gotta be just what I need without you. If you should ever leave.